It's nighttime in the big city. Outside, the dogs are barking. A woman walks barefoot, her high heels in her handbag. It's Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
It's time for Theme Time Radio Hour, and tonight we're going to be talking about the most beautiful things on earth. The fine-smelling, colorful, bee-tempting world of flowers. The bougainvillea, the passion flower, the butterfly chlorodyndrum, the angel's trumpets, the firecracker plant. We're going to be talking about Rosa rugosa, the angel face, all that jazz, double the light, the Gemini, and the Julia Child. We're going to be talking about the knockout shrub, the new dawn, the Mr. Lincoln. And that's only the roses. We're also going to hit on the Silver King, the German statice, the globe thistle, and the Joe Pye weed, the violet, the daisy, the lovely chrysanthemum, the yarrow, and the tansy. We'll be hitting on the bachelor's button, the coxcomb, and the lion's ear, the Lebanon mist, and the Victoria sorghum. I just made that one up. We're going to be talking about flowers on Theme Time Radio Hour. Thomas Beecher said, "Flowers are the sweetest things God ever made and forgot to put a soul into. Anything that beautiful is going to inspire a lot of songs, and the next hour is going to be chock full of them." We're going to start things off with the morning glory of a song by the king of Western swing, the man who pretty much invented it, Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, doing his theme song, The New San Antonio Rose, a bridal potpourri.
By the
Bob Wills and the New San Antonio Rose. It was called the New San Antonio Rose because he recorded a fiddle instrumental called San Antonio Rose 8 years earlier. Perhaps the most famous rose garden is the one in the West Wing area of the White House. It was established in 1913 by Ellen Louise Wilson, wife of Woodrow Woody Wilson. Let's move out of the rose garden for a second and move over to the boxwood border of the grass and go grazing with the Friends of Distinction. This song was written by South African trumpet player Hugh Masekela, but it became a big hit when it was recorded by the Friends of Distinction. Grazing in the grass. I can dig it, you can dig it, we can all dig it. Let's dig it together, shall we?
Watching as the world goes past. Baby, can you dig it? There are so many good things to see by grazing in the grass. Grazing in the grass is a gas. Baby, can you dig it? Flowers with colors bright, making everything out of sight in the grass. Grazing in the grass is a gas. Baby, can you dig it? The sun beaming down between the leaves. Grazing in the grass is a gas. Baby, can you dig it? And the can you dig it? Everything here is so clear, you can see it. And everything here is so near, you can feel it. And it's real, so real, so real, so real, so real, so real. Can you dig it? Woo! I can dig it, shake it, dig it, we can dig it, take it, dig it, you can dig it. Oh, let's dig it. Can you dig it, baby? I can dig it, shake it, dig it, we can dig it, take it, dig it, you can dig it. Oh, let's dig it. Can you dig it, baby? The sun beaming down between the leaves. Raising the grass is a gas, baby, can you dig it? And the birds starting in and out of the tree. Raising in the grass is a gas, baby, can you dig it? Everything here is so clear, you can see it. And everything here is so near, you can feel it. And it's real, so real, so real, so real, so real, so real. Can you dig it? Woo! Yeah! I can dig it, he can dig it, she can dig it, we can dig it, they can dig it, you can dig it. Oh, let's dig it. Can you dig it, baby? I can dig it, he can dig it, she can dig it, we can dig it, they can dig it, you can dig it. Oh, let's dig it. Can you dig it, baby? I can dig it, he can dig it, she can dig it, we can dig it, they can dig it, you can dig it. Oh, let's dig it. Raising in the grass is a gas, baby, can you dig it? I can dig it, he can dig it, she can dig it, we can dig it, they can dig it, you can dig it. Oh, let's dig it. Raising in the grass is a gas, baby, can you dig it? Raising in the grass is a gas, baby, can you dig it?
That was the Friends of Distinction, grazing in the grass. Speaking of grass, George Jones once had to drive down the freeway on his Rodham lawnmower. His wife, Tammy Wynette, was sick of his constant drinking. She emptied the house of liquor, she took away his car keys, and made him a virtual prisoner in an attempt to wean him off the booze. One afternoon, alone in the house, George wanted a drink. The house was quite a distance from Nashville, too far to walk. So George hopped on the only vehicle he still had the keys to. You could see George heading down the side of the highway, going towards the liquor store on his Rodham lawnmower. Here's George Jones with A Good Year for the Roses.
I can hardly bear the sight of lipstick on the cigarettes there in the ashtray, lying cold the way you left them, but at least your lips caressed them while you packed. And a lip print on a half-filled cup of coffee that you poured and didn't drink. but at least you thought you wanted it. That's so much more than I can say for me. It's been a good year for the roses. Many blooms still linger there. The lawn could stand another mowing. Funny, I don't even care. When you turn to walk away, and as the door behind you closes, the only thing I know to say, it's been a good year for the roses. After 3 full years of marriage, it's the first time that you haven't made the bed. I guess the reason we're not talking, there's so little left to say we haven't said. While a million thoughts go racing through my mind, I find I haven't spoke a word. And from the bedroom, the familiar sound of our one baby's crying goes unheard. But what a good year for the roses. Many blooms still linger there. The lawn could stand another mowing. Funny, I don't even care. And when you turn to walk away, as the door behind you closes, the only thing I know to say, it's been a good year for the roses.
I can hardly bear the sight of lipstick on the cigarettes there in the ashtray. A good year for the roses. George Jones on Theme Time Radio Hour. Robert Frost had something to say about roses, and this is his poem called A Rose is a Rose. Goes like this. A rose is a rose, and was always a rose. But the theory now goes that the apple's a rose, and the pear is, and so's the plum, I suppose. The deer only knows what will next prove a rose. You, of course, are a rose, but we're always a rose. Robert Frost, Frosty Poet. Of course, Gertrude Stein took it one step further with her immortal poem, A Rose is a Rose, is a Rose. And then, of course, there's Roses Are Red, Violets Are Blue. Some poems rhyme, this one doesn't. Paul Clayton also has a song about roses. Paul has a lot of songs. He traveled all around the country collecting them. During the 50s, he made a collecting tour with Liam Clancy, and together they found a whole bunch of blues, ballads, and gospel music. I don't know if this one was among them, but it sure is a great song, all about young Bonaparte, concerning the bonny bunch of roses. Paul Clayton.
By the dangers of the ocean, one morning in the month of June, the feathered warbling songsters their charming notes so sweet did tune. There I espied a female, a-seeming in grief and woe, conversing with young Bonaparte concerning the bonny bunch of roses, oh. Then up spoke bold Napoleon as he took his mother by the hand. Now, mother, pray have patience until I'm able to command. I will raise a terrible army and through tremendous dangers go. In spite of all the universe, I will gain the bonny bunch of roses, oh. Now when you saw great Bonaparte, you fell upon your bending knee. You begged your father's life of him, he granted it right manfully. 'Twas then he took an army, and all the frozen realm did go. He said, I'll conquer Moscow, then go to my bonny bunch of roses, oh. He took 300,000 men, and likewise kings to join his throng. He was so well provided, enough to sweep the world along. And when he came near Moscow, nearly overpowered by driven snow, all Moscow was a-blazing, and he lost his bonny bunch of roses, oh. Now, son, there speaks so venturesome, old England is the heart of old. England, Ireland, and Scotland, their unity has ne'er been broke. Now, son, look on your father, in St. Helens his body lies low, and you'll soon follow after, so beware the bonny bunch of roses, oh. Oh, mother, adieu forever now, I'm on my dying bed. If I had lived, I should have been clever, now I droop my youthful head. And while our bones do moulder, and the weeping willows o'er us grow, brave deeds of old Napoleon will sting the bonny bunch of roses, oh.
That was Paul Clayton and Bonnie Bunch of Roses on Theme Time Radio Hour. Roses have been named after a lot of famous people, as a Cinderella rose, a Cary Grant rose, a General MacArthur rose. Roses have been named after Judy Garland, Lady Diana, Snow White, Sir Lancelot, and Chevy Chase. However, the Himalayan blue poppy has nobody named after it. Christopher Marlowe wrote, "In the passionate shepherd to his love, come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove, that valleys, groves, hills, and fields, woods or steepy mountain yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherd feed their flocks, by shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses, and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers and a kirtle, embroidered all with leaves of myrtle." That's how Christopher Marlowe said it. Kim Shattuck and her band The Muffs have another way of putting it. That was the Muffs, Raising Cain, and playing on a bed of roses on Theme Time Radio Hour, where we're talking about flowers. Maybe a little bit too much about roses. They're not the only flowers, and we know that. There's all sorts of flowers, and they're all beautiful. As a matter of fact, here are some official state flowers. For our friends in Alabama, you got the camellia. In Alaska, we have the forget-me-not. In Arkansas, it's the apple blossom. California, it's the California poppy. In Delaware, it's the peach blossom. For our friends in Georgia, it's the Cherokee rose. In Minnesota, it's the pink and white lady slipper. Mississippi has the magnolia. In Nebraska, it's the goldenrod. New Mexico, of course, has the yucca flower. In New Hampshire, it's the purple lilac. In Tennessee, it's the iris. Aloha to our friends in Hawaii, where the official flower is the paualoa. And of course, in Wyoming, it's the Indian paintbrush.
Surround your home with natural beauty, add charm to your private world. Landscape for personalized luxury.
If I was born with the name Luscious Venable Millender, I would be happy with that. But he changed it to Lucky and fronted one of the swingin'est bands that ever played. If nothing else, he was the man who introduced singer and guitarist Sister Rosetta Tharpe to the American audience. But he made plenty of records on his own, and none of them swung better than this tribute to the fruit-bearing vine of the grape, which only makes sense because Lucky Millender retired from music and spent his later years as a liquor salesman. Here's Lucky Millender and his grapevine. I wonder if he used this as his theme song.
Just plant a grapevine on my grave and let the juice drip through. Milk and honey are mighty fine, but I like the juice from the good grapevine. So plant a grapevine on my grave and let the juice drip through. Drip juice, drip, drip juice, drip, drip juice, drip, drip juice, drip. So plant a grapevine on my grave and let the juice drip through. If I get sick and put in bed, hang a grapevine over my head. Open my mouth and hold it wide and let the juice drip inside. Drip juice drip, drip juice drip, drip juice drip, drip juice drip. So open my mouth and hold it wide and let the juice drip inside. They make me over again. Plant some grape seeds under my chin. Let the grapes grow over my lips so they can drip, 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 drip. Drip juice, drip, drip juice, drip, drip juice, drip, drip juice, drip. So I open my mouth and hold it wide and let the juice drip inside.
Ooh, I'm starting to see pink elephants on that one. Milk and honey are mighty fine, but I like the juice from the good grapevine. Lucky Millender, the grapevine. Here's a song about some choices. Tulip or turnip, rosebud or rhubarb, filet or plain beef stew. This one's by Duke Ellington and his orchestra.
rosebud, a rhubarb, filet, a plain beef stew. Tell me, dream face, what am I to you? Diamond, a doorknob, sapphire, a sawdust, champagne, just homebrew. Tell me, dream face, what am I to you? Do I get the booby prize, or will I be the hero? Am I heading for blue skies, or is my ceiling zero? Tulip or turnip, moonbeam or mud pie, bankroll or IOU. Tell me, dream face, what am I to you? Turnip, rosebud, or rhubarb, filet, plain beef stew. Tell me, dream face, what am I to you?
That was Duke Ellington and his orchestra, featuring the great Ray Nance on vocals. Ray was also a fine trumpet player and one of the most famous jazz violinists. The tulip was introduced to Europe in the middle of the 16th century and soon became very popular in the Netherlands. It rapidly became a coveted luxury item and status symbol. A single bulb could cost as much as 1,000 Dutch florins. By 1635, they were worth 100 times as much. A sale of 40 bulbs was made for 100,000 florins. Just to give you an idea of how much that was, a ton of butter only cost 100 florins, and 8 fat swine 240 florins. In February of 1637, tulip traders could no longer get these inflated prices. They began to sell, and the bubble burst. It was worse than Black Friday, the stock market crash of 1929. To this day, economists use the phrase tulip mania to refer to any large economic bubble. They might have been better off with turnips. Tiny Tim was a character who played around Greenwich Village in the 50s and 60s, and a lot of people just think that he was a joke. But I'll tell you, no one knew more about old music than Tiny Tim did. He studied it and he loved it. He knew all the songs that only existed as sheet music. When he passed away, we lost a national treasure. Here's Tiny Tim, and the only song that made it to the top of the charts and kept him in the public eye. Here's Tiptoe Through the Tulips on Theme Time Radio Hour.
Tiptoe through the window, all the windows, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the garden, by the garden, on the willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips with me. We'll kiss showers away. And if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, will you pardon me and tiptoe through the tulips with me?
That was Tiptoe Through the Tulips by Tiny Tim, a song that sold over 200,000 copies in 1968. When Tiny Tim got married on the Johnny Carson show, it was one of the biggest events in television history, and deservedly so. His daughter from that marriage was named Tulip. Beauty itself is a fading flower. Another flower that faded is the wildwood flower. We're going to hear the wildwood flower by the most influential group in country music history, the Carter Family. They switched the emphasis from hillbilly instrumentals to vocals. Alvin P. Carter, his wife Sarah, and their sister-in-law Maybelle sang pure, simple harmony. A.P. collected hundreds of British Appalachian folk songs and recorded them, enhancing the pure beauty of these facts of life tunes. Here's one of the best, still fresh as a daisy, Wildwood Flower.
That was blooming to cheer him through life's dreary hour. Oh, I long to see him and regret the dark hour. He's gone and neglected this pale wildwood flower.
That was the Carter Family with Wildwood Flower. The song was originally a written song from 1860 called I'll Twine Mid the Ringlets. These songs were passed around from person to person over a long period. By the time the tune got to the Carter Family, many people claimed to have written it. And like a game of telephone, some of the words stopped making sense altogether. I will twine and will mingle my waving black hair with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, the myrtle so green of an emerald hue, the pale amanita and violets of blue. These lyrics are difficult to interpret. There is no flower named amanita. Some hear it as the pale in the leader. Somehow, amidst the confusion, the song still makes sense. I got another song that A.P. Carter composed or found. Another song about roses. This one's called When the Roses Bloom Again, and it's by a young singer from Nashville, Tennessee, named Laura Cantrell. British disc jockey John Peel called her album, Not the Trembling Kind, my favorite record from the last 10 years, and possibly my life. Here's the title track from her second album, When the Roses Bloom Again, Laura Cantrell.
Well, they're strolling in the gloaming when the roses are in bloom. A soldier and his sweetheart, brave and true, and their hearts are filled with sorrow, for their thoughts are of tomorrow, as she pins a rose upon his coat of blue. Do not ask me, love, to linger when you know not what to say, for duty calls your sweetheart's name again, and your heart need not be sighing that I'll be among the dying. I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. When the roses bloom again, and the sun is on the river, the mockingbird will sing its sweet refrain. And in the days of auld lang syne, I'll be with you, sweetheart mine. Oh, I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. With the rattle of the battle came a whisper, soft and low. Our soldier, he is fallen in the fray. I am dying, and I know I've gotta go, but I wanna tell you before I pass away. There's a far and distant river where the roses are in bloom, and a sweetheart who is waiting there for me. And it's there I pray you'll take me. I'll be faithful, don't forsake me. I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. When the roses bloom again, and the sun is on the river, the mockingbird will sing its sweet refrain. And in the days of auld lang syne, I'll be with you, sweetheart mine. Oh, I'll be with you when the roses bloom again.
Taking time to stop and smell the roses. Laura Cantrell, When the Roses Bloom Again. Laura became a mother this year, giving birth to young Isabella May. Congratulations, Laura. I was golfing with Ricky Jay, the magician, and he told me something interesting.
There are many stage acts that made use of flowers, but more interesting than that was a very early Dutch woman. Off the top of my head, I can't remember if she was 17th century or 6th century, named Eva Vliegen, who was supposed to have lived entirely off the scent of flowers, ate nor drank food or water, but lived entirely off the scent of flowers. It was presented as a religious oddity rather than someone you actually paid to see perform. But she did, I think, rather enjoy if people left donations.
Well, there's no shortage of rose songs. And here's one I first heard through the grapevine. It's from a young Welshman named Geraint Watkins. He played piano and accordion with Dave Edmunds and Shakin' Stevens. But more recently, he's been in Nick Lowe's band and has recorded and toured with Van Morrison. Here's a beautiful song that he wrote, Only a Rose, Geraint Watkins.
Only a rose, only a rose, only a rose for my darling. Only a rose, only a rose, only a rose for my darling. She was my pride and joy. She was my everything. She was my pride and joy. She was my everything. Only a rose, only a rose, only a rose for my darling. Only a rose, only a rose. Only a rose for my darling. She was my pride and joy. She was my everything. She was my pride and joy. She was my everything. Only a rose, only a rose, only a rose for my darling. Only a rose, only a rose, only a rose for my darling.
Remember, a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet. Gonzalo Perez from Austin, Texas sent us an email. He asks, can I plant pansies in the fall? Well, Gonzalo, traditionally, pansies were the first spring annual I sent out each year. I eagerly await their appearance at my local garden center. No matter how much I picked and deadheaded, by June, they were leggy and limp from the heat, and I pulled them to make room for something else. But now, late summer varieties are available. They may go dormant in cold winters, but they revive in the spring. Happy planting from Theme Time Radio Hour. I wasn't going to play any more Rose songs, but how could I not play this one? It went to number 3 in 1967, and it's called I Threw Away the Rose. We've talked a lot about Merle, so I'm just going to play the record.
I lived a life of wine and roses, and I drank a lot back then for one concern. Success for me lay just around the corner. I thought my social friends would help me make the turn, but now I'm paying for the days of wine and roses. A victim of the drunken life I chose. Now all my social friends look down their noses, 'cause I kept the wine and threw away the rose. I stood by and watched the bottle take control of me. The turn I made was not the one I'd planned, and I watched my social standing slip away from me, while I watched the bottle slowly take command. And now I'm paying for the days of wine and roses, a victim of the drunken life I chose. Now all my social friends look down their noses, 'cause I kept the wine and threw away the rose. 'Cause I kept the wine and threw away the rose.
That was Merle Haggard. I Threw Away the Rose with his story of unrequited love. This is Theme Time Radio Hour, and we're discussing flowers. Buddha said, if we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. Georgia O'Keeffe, who knew a little bit about flowers, said when you take a flower in your hand and really look at it, it's your world for a moment. On the other hand, according to Mencken, a cynic is a man who, when he smells flowers, looks around for a coffin. Mencken was definitely not someone who ever let the green grass fool him. Another person like that is one of the roughest and sweatiest soul singers of the 60s, Wilson Pickett. Don't let the green grass fool ya.
Girl, try to remember when we didn't have no shoes. We stuck together, just me and you. It took a long time to get what we got today. Now you wanna give it all up for another guy. Baby, I'm telling you, don't let green grass fool ya. Don't let it change your mind. It's gonna be hard for me, baby, to build my life all over. But baby, you got the love that I really need. Cause if you leave me this way, baby, you know what? I may not live to see a brand new day. Oh, baby, don't let green grass fool ya. Don't let it change your mind. You know why? It may be greener on the other side, baby. But right in my arms is where you belong. Ooh, baby. Oh. Don't let green grass fool ya. Don't let it change your mind. Oh, baby, it may be greener on the other side, baby. Right in my arms, where you belong, baby. Just lean it. Don't let green grass fool ya, baby. Don't let it fool me, baby. In my arms is where you belong.
That was Wilson Pickett. Don't let the green grass fool ya. The centerpiece of the 1970 album, Wilson Pickett in Philadelphia. He got a bunch of hits on Atlantic Records, but after the hits began drying up, he gave a pair of young producers, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, a chance to update his sound. We're just about out of time here, and I gotta get home and water my azaleas, but we got time for one song first. Roses are the most popular flower to give, so let's hear one more song about 'em. Why not make it Alan Toussaint? Alan just did a new album with Elvis Costello, and they wrote a bunch of new songs together. Here's one of them called The Sharpest Thorn. Hard as a pistol, keen as a blade. The sharpest thorn upon parade. Elvis Costello, Alan Toussaint.
I wore my finest suit of clothes, the sharpest thorn defending the rose. Hard as a pistol, keen as a blade, the sharpest thorn upon parade. And it's the same most every year, 'cause of the dear departed and near. We raise our glasses and we cheer. Should old acquaintance disappear, just as we wipe away a tear. Archangel Michael will lead the way. Archangel Gabriel is ready to play. Although we know we must repent, we hit the scene and look for sins that haven't even been invented. The strongest cage that guards the prize, the longest lash that covers your eyes, a sight no eyes are meant to know. Then on the third day he arose. Archangel Gabriel is ready to play. Although we know we must repent, we hit the scene and look for sins that haven't even been invented. So good and evil, we're having a fight. It lasts much longer than anyone died. It may last longer than a life, and turn a mistress into a wife. And so confetti fills the air. My head is aching, my pockets are bare. I didn't recognize their warning. Then I wasn't born the sharpest thorn. I wasn't born the sharpest thorn.
That was Ellen Toussaint and Elvis Costello, The Sharpest Thorn, from the album The River in Reverse, on Theme Time Radio Hour. Well, it's been an hour, so I gotta make like a tree and leave. But don't worry, I'll be back next week with more dreams, schemes, and themes on Theme Time Radio Hour, your perennial favorite.
You've been listening to Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan. Produced by Eddie Gorodetsky. Associate producer, Sonny Webster. Continuity by Eats Martin. Edited by Damian Rodriguez. Supervising editor, Rob McComber. The Theme Time research team, Diane Lapson and Bertie Bernstein. With additional research by Lynn Sheridan, Kimberly Williams, and Robert Bauer. Production assistance by Jim McBean. Special thanks to Randy Ezrati, Debbie Sweeney, Coco Shinomiya, and Samson's Diner. For XM Radio, Lee Abrams. Recorded in Studio B, the Abernathy Building. This has been a Greywater Park production in association with Big Red Tree. This is your announcer, Pierre Mancini, speaking. Join us again next week for Theme Time Radio Hour, when the subject is Cars.